Morning time. As soon as we wake up, the very first thing most of us look for is tea or coffee. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and awareness purposes only. The information shared here is based on general knowledge, publicly available research, and lifestyle awareness. This content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual health conditions may vary. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional for medical advice or decisions related to your health. It's not just a drink, it's the first thing we allow into our body for the day. That single cup helps the brain wake up, pushes away sleep, and signals the start of our day. But have you ever paused for a moment and calmly thought about this? What exactly are you sending into your body with that very first cup? Most of the time, we don't think about it at all because it has become a habit. Today, in almost every home, you'll find plastic mesh tea filters, plastic coffee strainers, or plastic drip filters. They've become so common that we hardly even notice them anymore. They're cheap, they don't break easily, and they're easy to clean. So without thinking twice, every morning, we strain our tea or coffee using the same plastic filter. And this is where a small but important question begins. What is that plastic filter actually made of? Most plastic filters are made from a material called polypropylene. Sometimes nylon, also known as polyamide, is used as well. These materials are stable at room temperature. They're commonly used in food packaging. That's why we assume that if it's food grade, it must be completely safe. And this is where half knowledge ends and the real problem begins, because plastic behaves very differently when heat is involved. When you prepare tea or coffee, the water temperature is usually between 90 and 100 degrees Celsius. And when boiling water like this passes through a plastic filter every day for months, for years, a scientific process begins to occur. This process is known as thermal leaching. What this means is that very tiny microscopic particles, chemical additives, and stabilizers present inside the plastic can slowly migrate into the liquid. The amount is extremely small, so small that you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't smell it. That's why we assume everything is fine. But science has a simple rule. Just because something is invisible doesn't mean it causes no harm. These tiny particles are known as microplastics. They are so small that they can slowly pass through the body's natural filtering systems. Now let's be very clear about one thing. Drinking 1 cup of tea won't cause any immediate harm. If you use a plastic filter once in a while, there's no major issue. The concern starts when this becomes a daily habit, every morning, every evening, for years. And then we say, "I've been doing this since childhood." That sentence sounds harmless, but in health matters, it can be one of the most dangerous assumptions. In science, there is a term for this: chronic low-dose exposure. It means a small amount every day over a long period of time. Something that causes no damage in one day can show its effects after 20 or 30 years. Now the next question: why is the morning so important? In the morning, the stomach is usually empty. The body absorbs more efficiently. The digestive system is more sensitive. Whatever enters the body at that time has a deeper impact. That's why the first cup of the day is not just a habit. It's a signal to the body. And when that first cup passes through a plastic filter along with boiling water, the potential risk increases. Many people say everyone uses it, but something being common does not automatically make it ideal. History has shown us many examples. Things that were common, legal, and widely accepted, but later turned out not to be the best choice. Plastic filters fall into the same category. They are convenient, but not ideal. Let's clear up one more thing. Plastic filters do not cause instant illness. They don't immediately cause cancer or any serious disease. What they do instead is slowly increase the chemical load on the body. And when this load combines with junk food, processed food, and environmental pollution, the body struggles to manage it all. The problem is that the effect is slow. Symptoms appear late. And when something finally feels wrong, the cause is often forgotten. That's when we say, "I don't know what suddenly happened," but science tells us the cause always comes first, the effect comes later. This message does not mean you should stop drinking tea or coffee. It simply means be a little smarter about your habits, because health is not built by one big decision. It is shaped by small choices made every single day. If the first cup of your morning is taken with awareness, it can slowly improve the quality of your life. And if a simple plastic filter can affect your morning cup, now take a moment and ask yourself something. Why don't we take this topic seriously? If someone says, "This tea is poison," we react immediately. But if someone says, "This habit may slowly affect your health," we tend to ignore it. That's because the human brain is not designed to react strongly to slow-moving risks. We respond to immediate danger, not to silent, long-term exposure. The effect of plastic filters is slow, quiet, and invisible. That's why it gets ignored. Now let's look at the design of plastic filters. These filters are made of very thin plastic threads woven together like a mesh. Boiling water passes directly through these fine strands. The thinner the plastic, the greater the surface area. And science tells us greater surface area means greater interaction. More interaction means a higher chance of microscopic chemical transfer. This is far less likely with metal or stainless steel filters. Now let's talk about the biological importance of the first cup in the morning. When you wake up, your body is transitioning out of detox mode. Your liver, kidneys, and gut are becoming active again. Whatever enters your body first is absorbed with priority. That's why the first cup of the day is not just a routine, it's a biological signal. And if that signal carries unnecessary chemical particles, the impact becomes deeper. Now here's another important point. Heat and plastic don't work well together. Plastic remains more stable in cooler conditions. As temperature increases, the polymer bonds inside plastic begin to weaken. Boiling water loosens these bonds at a microscopic level. This doesn't mean the plastic melts. It means that tiny portions can detach and move along with the liquid. This process is slow, invisible, but very real. Many people say, but it's food-grade plastic. Food-grade does not mean unlimited use is safe. Food-grade means safe within limits, specific temperatures, specific durations, controlled conditions. At home, we don't follow limits. We use the same filter every day for years without replacement. That's where the risk increases. There's another hidden factor: aging of plastic. Plastic ages over time. It changes color. The surface becomes rough. The shine fades. As plastic ages, its stability decreases. And when stability decreases, the chances of particle shedding increase. But we usually think it's not broken yet, so it's fine. That mindset creates problems. If something caused harm in one day, we would stop using it immediately. But when the effect takes 10 or 20 years, we forget the original cause. Plastic filters don't leave memories, they leave marks on the body. When digestion slows down later in life, when inflammation increases or immunity weakens, we blame age alone. But many contributing factors started years earlier. Now think about this mindset. If 99% of people use something, we assume it must be safe. But history tells a different story. Lead utensils, asbestos, smoking, all were once common and accepted. Later, we understood they were not ideal. Plastic filters follow the same pattern. Common does not mean safe. Let's be very clear. This conversation is not meant to scare you. No panic, no extremes, no fear, only awareness. If you understand one thing, half the problem is already solved. Now a small shift in thinking.
This content is meant for general awareness only.